What is going on, everybody? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make millions of dollars with the bunker in GTA Online. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the very first thing that you're going to need to do is purchase a bunker. Now the good news is that you will have a ton of options. Now the bunker I recommend you purchase is going to be the Chumash bunker. This bunker is going to cost you about $1.6 million and it's going to be a very good location. Now the location that you do not want to purchase is going to be the one that's more north up the map. You do not want to purchase the Paleto Bay / Paleto Forest bunker because that bunker is going to take very long in order to complete your cell missions. So I highly recommend you choose either the Chumash bunker or the Farmhouse bunker. After you've chosen your location for your bunker, you're going to be able to customize your bunker. Now the only one I highly recommend you purchase if you have the money for is going to be the personal quarters. The personal quarters will allow you to always spawn inside of your bunker whenever you load into a session in GTA Online, and that's going to help you save a ton of time. All these other upgrades such as the transportation, shooting upgrade, I don't recommend you purchase them. Alright, so once you purchase your bunker, you're going to want to enter it, and once you enter inside of your bunker, you're going to have to wait for a long cutscene. So just wait for that to end, and after that ends, you're just going to want to run over to your office computer inside of your bunker to access it. This will allow us to set up our bunker so that we can start making money. And for this mission, basically all we're going to do is just drive to the location and then pick up the truck. It should be a green pickup truck, but yeah, we're going to want to steal it and then drive it all the way back over to our bunker, and then we'll be done with the setup mission. Once you delivered the vehicle to your bunker, you should have a full supply bar. So this means you're going to have a full supply. So now you'll be able to start making money and producing stock. Alright, so now that we have a full bar of supplies, we basically don't really need to do anything because the way the bunker works is that this is a passive business, basically. So you're going to just buy supplies and then that's going to increase your stock level, which will allow you to make more money. Alright, so once your supply bar is pretty much empty or close to being empty, you're going to want to click on the resupply tab. You're going to be met with two options. You can either choose to steal your supplies or you can purchase them and get the supplies delivered to your bunker. I highly recommend you purchase your supplies. Even though it's going to cost you $75,000, it's going to save you tons of time. Because if you steal your supplies, you're going to have to do these repetitive missions and it's going to get very annoying. So please, whatever you do, purchase your supplies all the time. Alright, so after we're done with that, we're going to want to click on the Buy Upgrades tab. We are going to need pretty much a lot of money in order to, make money with the bunker business. So you're going to be met with three options. You can choose to buy the upgrade, the staff, and the security upgrade. Now the equipment upgrade is going to make your stock produce much faster. Your staff upgrade is also going to make it produce faster because you're going to have more technicians working on your product. And then the security upgrade is going to basically reduce your chances of getting raided. Now purchasing all three of these upgrades is going to cost you about $2.1 million, which is a ton of money, but it's going to be very much worth buying because it's going to allow you to make more money and it's going to produce your cargo way faster. So I highly recommend you purchase all of these upgrades. Even though it's pretty rare for your bunker to get raided, and basically what a business raid is when NPCs steal all of your cargo. And if you let them fully steal all of your cargo, you're going to lose all of your stock, which will shut down your business. Alright, so whenever you're ready to sell, you're going to want to run up to your computer to access it. Then you're going to want to click on the Sell Stock tab. And we're always going to want to sell to Los Santos because we're going to make way more money. Alright, so there's going to be a ton of different vehicles that you'll be able to get. You can either get the Insurgent Merryweather mission, which is pretty much annoying, so I don't recommend you do that one. I recommend finding a new session if you get that mission. You can get the Dune Buggy mission, which you're just driving 4 or 5 Dune Buggies to a drop-off point. And if you get that mission, I recommend finding a new session also. If you get the mission where you're using a monster truck, I also recommend finding a new session because it's going to be pretty much annoying to complete. The only missions I highly recommend you continue to do is going to be the one with the Phantom Wedge. That one will only give you 1 to 2 vehicles and it's going to be very easy to complete. Also, if you get the mission where you have to use the Insurgent but without the Merryweather mission, that's going to be very easy to complete. So you're going to want to stay in that one. Alright, so the bunker does take a long time for it to fill up. It's going to take you around 2 hours and 20 minutes for 1 full bar of supplies to be used up. And there are 5 bars of stock, meaning you're going to have to purchase supplies 5 different times to fill up your bunker. And for a full bunker, you're going to make $1,050,000. So for a full stocked bunker, it's going to take you 11 hours and 40 minutes, which is a long time. And besides, the game does need to be open in order for you to make money with the bunker. So unfortunately, you cannot just turn your game off and make money in the background. You can only make it if your game is open and you are inside of free mode. It will not work if you are inside of a job. Okay, so there's another part about the bunker that we haven't talked about yet, and that is going to be the ammunition contracts. This is going to be a green pickup truck inside of your bunker. So all you have to do is just get inside of it, and then you're going to be starting a new mission. This is going to earn us an extra 50k, and it's going to be very easy to do. You can also use a Cargobob to pick up this vehicle if you don't want to, drive it all around the map. I highly recommend you do these ammunition contracts because this is going to allow you to recoup the money that you spent on purchasing your bunker supplies. So instead of always paying $75,000, you can earn back 50k from doing this, and that's going to save you some money. But yeah, the mission is going to be very straightforward. All you do is enter the green truck and then drive it to the ammunition store and just deliver it. And then you're going to earn your $50,000, and it should take only around 5 minutes or maybe even less. Alright, so now we're going to talk about the research tab. This is going to be your research tab, and this is going to allow you to unlock some cool things such as the original oppressor missiles and explosive sniper bullets, which are very, very good. Alright, so in order to unlock all 52 research items, it's going to cost you around $12 million to get every single item, and that does cost a lot of money. Now, the fastest way you can increase your research is by setting your staff to prioritize only research. Now, the downside to this is that it won't allow you to make money. So if you solely prioritize research, you will not be able to earn money, which is kind of a bummer. Now, to increase your research quickly, you can literally give Agent 14 a call and you'll be able to request a research mission. These missions are going to be very, very easy. Most of the time, you're just going to be, killing a juggernaut and then picking up the research from the guy and then delivering it back up to your bunker, and that's going to increase your research bar. You can unlock some pretty cool upgrades, so I highly recommend you give this a try. Inside of your bunker, you're actually able to store a mobile operations center inside of it. Now, this is completely optional. It's going to cost you $1.2 million, but it's a pretty cool vehicle because it has many upgrades where you can store most of your weaponized vehicles inside of there, and you can customize them, and you can also add a weapon workshop to customize your weapons. There's also missions inside of your MOC. You can access them by walking up to the computer screen and starting the missions. Now, these will allow you to get a huge discount on most of the weaponized vehicles on Warstock, but yeah, you're going to be able to purchase them for way cheaper. So I highly recommend you do these missions. Now, the downside to this is that you're going to need friends in order to do these missions, which is kind of annoying. Alright, and last but not least, there is a high demand bonus. Now, this will literally allow you to earn basically 1.5 times more money. So let's say if you have a full bunker and you're going to earn $1,050,000, you should earn about $1.5 million if you sell it in a lobby with 25 players. The downside to this is that it's going to be very risky, so you're going to want to look over your back every single time if you do choose to sell in a public lobby, because this is going to allow you to earn much more money. But if you're a beginner, I don't recommend you do this. Alright, so I believe we went over everything. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and please leave a comment if you enjoyed the video, and consider checking out this video on your screen.